your boy Drew, the editor from the Numbers Magazine, and today we got Mr. Button-Nose Kidz himself, Jamel Dowdell, in the building. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, man? How you doing? How you doing,
good,
man? What's up? What's up?
Not much. I'm really glad you came through because I wanted to talk to you about the new
Happy
tour.
to be here. Happy to be
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But the Bullying Stops Here tour, I think that's going to be a big thing, and I really want to talk about that. But before we get to it,
Okay.
please explain to everybody what the Button-Nose Kidz is and what's it about. What's the message?
Okay. Well, to be honest, even though the Button-Nose Kidz relate messages, it's not really about a message. They're actual cartoon characters.
Okay.
Just like you have Fat Albert, SpongeBob, The Simpsons.
Okay.
And within that, we try to relate messages.
Okay. I think that's the way to do it. I think it's good for the community, and it's also good for somebody to take this angle in the industry to really focus on the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, bullying is like a national issue. I mean, they talk about it not just here in Indiana, but coast to coast. So really, what inspired this movement and
the bullying?
Yeah.
Well, bullying most definitely is a hot topic. I try to keep it hot,
Okay.
I see that the world is going through a crisis, and one of them happens to be bullying. So I felt that it was best that we touched on that subject. However, after getting into it, though, it most definitely, just like anything else, started to mean more to you.
Okay.
And so it went from just me putting together a bullying show to me putting together a bullying campaign. So
Okay.
yeah, most definitely.
Okay. What kind of response are you getting from the kids? How do the kids get to interact?
Oh no, ask
You know
Needle,
what I'm
man.
saying?
They love us.
And
Now, let me say, I think it's very overwhelming. The response is, man. I mean, to see the kids take to the Button-Nose Kidz the way they do. I think that the Button-Nose Kidz are very effective.
That's what's up. I also heard you got a permit from the mayor's office
Yeah.
of New York City
Yeah, that was
to
dope.
film.
Yeah.
So you got to tell me about that. I mean, first off, what inspired that, and how did you pull that one off?
Well, what happened was I wanted to film in New York. I felt like if you created something that had to do with film, it has to be on Broadway. And I went out to New York, and after seeing it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to film on Broadway. You know what I mean? Because there's rules and regulations. But after doing my due diligence and really doing my homework, I really found out how to film on Broadway. And I reached out to a few people, and they connected me with the mayor's office, and I ended up getting my license to film on Broadway. And it was pretty dope, man, because I had the police came out and supported me, and kept everybody back while we were filming, and it was just official, man. I loved it. I loved every second of it. We was on Fence Island, is what it's called, and we had Fence Island sealed off, and we did the Button-Nose Kidz on Broadway. Go check the Button-Nose Kidz on Broadway out on YouTube too.
I also want to ask you about where people can actually see the videos. Like, where can we find it and they can actually share the experience?
Okay. Well, we have a few things in the working right now with the recent deal I just signed. However, people can right now go to YouTube and just search the Button-Nose Kidz on YouTube. Several videos will pull up, and they're awesome. Some nice videos, great messages, great music, a couple stage plays. So YouTube is where you can find them at.
Okay. Also, I heard more about the product, what we call the merch. All right, I heard you guys got coloring books, activity books, DVDs, as well as audio CDs. So tell us about that, and also where they can find that and really support the movement.
Well, right now, what we do is we just develop a bunch of prototypes. Okay. So nothing is actually for sale yet, but we do give out samples just to see what type of feedback we get. Okay. And if somebody contacts me personally or follow us on one of the social networks and they reach out to us and they want something, I most definitely try to be supportive and send people things that they ask for. But yeah, we got We got the coloring books, the activity books. We got several regular books as well. The Button-Nose Kids First Day, alphabets with double button. And then also, you know, we got the dolls, the big heads,
Yeah.
the backpack kids, you know, so we're just trying to basically get our feet wet with it, you know, and get some feedback and develop some merchandise. Yeah.
Okay, I also want to ask you about like pretty much the birth of the Button-Nose Kids. Like, what was, besides that aha moment that you had on stage, you had to really prepare for that. So what inspired it before that?
Well, you know what? I like that question. I'm not going to tell you that my grandmother told me to start my own cartoon characters, but she did. But however, actually, the idea really came from me working for a company. I was a graphic designer for this company, and I ended up working their showroom floors at trade shows. And I got a taste of what the merchandising industry really was, and after seeing that, I knew that I wanted to develop my own product. So at first, what my idea was I was going to start creating artwork to license out to manufacturers to put on their product. And I knew I had to narrow it down. I didn't know what I wanted my artwork to go on. I didn't know if I wanted to go on fabric, toys, you know. However, in the midst of that, the Button-Nose Kids idea came along. And then after I got the idea, of course, you had to think of what to call the cartoon and what they look like and all that stuff. So, you know, my name was Button-Nose, you know, from a few friends, close friends of mine. And then after coming up with the name, the Button-Nose Kids, it was like, man, that is kind of catchy or whatnot. I just started actually drawing out the characters and developing the characters. And once I started to develop the characters, I knew that it was something I wanted to pursue. I created a portfolio, and from there it just spindled into what it is now.
Okay. So that's like chronologically, I see where you started from there. So that's there. Now, where is now? Because I heard you have some new business things going on. I really don't want to call it.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm in a great situation. I just took on a partner, slash investor. We're working alongside of the Merit Group, and we're doing really well. I mean, it's great to have such a great team, and you know, I want to see what the future brings.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so before we get out here, I want to ask you about the tour. So tell everybody, you know, when that's coming up, or where you're going to be. Well,
as of now, we're under new direction. The Merit Group, of course, as I spoke of, they got great ideas. There are a lot of powerful people, and I'm trying to basically follow alongside of what they suggest right now. But in the past, we have visited schools with the Bullying Stops Here tour, and I've done theater shows or whatnot. But, you know, if you want to keep up with the Button-Nose Kids, and if you want to keep up with what we got going next, follow the Button-Nose Kids on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, because before we do any show, we always put out some type of marketing tool to let you know what's going on, where we're going to be at, and you can always come and see us.
Okay.
So everybody's welcome.
Okay. So people can go to the website.
Yes, sir.
All right. And what's that? It's buttonnosekids.com?
Yeah, you can follow us on www.thebuttonnosekids.com. You know, you can also go to any social network, The Button-Nose Kids, and Facebook, of course. We're on there all the time posting things, and yeah, let's go.
That's what's up. Well,
yeah, we want y'all. Go follow us, man. Subscribe to our page. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Neil likes y'all. He loves the kids, man.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank both of y'all for coming out.
Yeah, most
You know
definitely.
Seriously?
Anytime, man. The Numbers Magazine, most definitely.
Numbers Magazine, Drew the editor.
Absolutely.
Button-Nose Kids.
Let's go. Chuck.